Hello, good morning, happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining me for another Saints and Angels Oracle deck reading for our week to come. It is Friday, June 21st, 2024. It's just past the solstice and full moon as well. Lots of new energy, lots of vitality, kind of summer-esque vibes happening in the collective, I feel. I don't want to get too off track. I just did a sort of June transitory reading for cards under the umbrella of, the workings that we've already been doing and coming through with the weekly Saints and Angels readings. I did it with my traditional tarot cards, but really it aligns and it spoke so clearly, so bluntly, in alignment with Saints and Angels readings that I want to mention it here, just in case anybody didn't get a chance to watch it or is new. Welcome, and that's on my channel. I'll try to put a link in the description or in the comments afterwards, but I might totally forget and just, that happens sometimes. So much going on in a hectic state right now. Busy, like I said, the vitality and the energetics right now are really amplified. Everything's go, go, go. And it's difficult to circle back to things. And as a, I'm not going to get into note to reminders and all this stuff. Let's focus on the cards here. I can get off track, especially sometimes in the morning. So, reel myself in here. Welcome, happy Friday. Our theme for the month, if you've missed it, or like I said, if you're new, cool, welcome. Our theme is the Knight of Pentacles. So how we make our way through the world, the action points of our journey in the physical 3D world, right? And how we make our way, as in interact with others, make money, of course, but also trade skills, trade energy, trade information, be in action in different exchanges in the world, is really what the major concepts and themes are. So the Saints and Angels will have further guidance this Friday for us to work with. I'm so interested, intrigued to hear what they will bring forth this week. It's been so potent and really in your face lately that I think I spoke about this in a voice note that I made on my Telegram channel. I don't want to be redundant, but it's just, I have been, practicing tarot, divination, different forms of that practice and communications since my teen years, 13, 14, and I'm almost 40 now. So it's been quite a while, and I can recall, and in fact I cannot recall a time period with the redundancy and the repetition of my cards. I really pride myself, and always had before, on keeping clean decks, on getting good, clear results, and having freshness, newness, seeing within the readings, wow, the cards are really distinct to that person. Wow, the cards really speak to them. Wow, the cards that don't speak to me speak to this person. Cards that I don't see while I'm reading are speaking to this person. But now it's a little bit more, everything's a little bit more integrated. Everything's very much echoing each other, very reflective. And that could be a part of my own personal journey as well. So I'm not going to really, say this or that about it. I'm just mentioning it because it is also a theme that's happening in the collective, and it's also part of the Aquarian age. and becoming more integrated as a whole, right? So I find it very reassuring and comforting, and like I can lean into the cards, you know what I mean? I can lean into the messages for a while and take my time with them and know that they're, you know, really thick, really delicious kind of thing that you want to savor and take your time on. And that others out there are collectively, you know, kind of working through a very similar meal. Yeah. Anyways, for the metaphors, sometimes I get into these metaphors and I'm like, why am I even doing? Why am I even going there? It sounds a little silly right now, but whatever. That's what it is. Let's get away from the silly chit chat and get down to what we're here to do, right? How about that? So I'm going to get myself comfortable here in my bed, and I hope that you will find yourself suitable seating. And let's focus on becoming a good audience for a moment before I pull out the deck and we ask beautiful saints and angels for their direct response. So I'm going to close my eyes and lead us through just a quick grounding, heart-centering meditation. If you would like to, you could close your eyes as well. You don't have to. You can certainly do whatever you're doing. If you've got something going on, that's fine. Whatever pieces of the messages that are meant for you to hear, they will be integrated into you, so don't worry about it. And yeah, if not, if you're, you know, closing your eyes isn't your thing either, meditation kind of whatever isn't for whatever reason, that's fine too. You can just relax your gaze and focus and just try to notice more of your surroundings in your body as we go through this. So I'm closing my eyes and asking for just a moment to myself. Asking all of those managers and bosses, many layers of working inside myself. Hey, can we have a break for a minute? Can we just sit? Hitting the lunch bell, whatever wonderful flash of release and relief you can find. Whatever pops into your mind is perfect for now. Breathe into it. Settle down into it. At this moment, just morph into the next moment, gently passing on, handing off to the next breath. Feeling the inhale and exhale working together, this divine, symbiotic partnership, this organic friendship of service, freely offered, divinely bestowed purpose, the system of an inhale and all the workings, all the mechanics, the bosses, the managers, the movement, the flow of it, the energy, the expression of the inhale, drawing in, expanding, moving, receiving in new breath, of that happens effortlessly, doesn't it? Doesn't it just feel good to do it? The muscles love to work. The lungs love to breathe. And isn't it just so natural how the exhale happens? The great taking away. It's so fluid and easy. The exhale does its job with momentum already behind it. It already has free-flowing service within it. It comes ready to do its job. Just like those blood cells, they come empty, ready to carry away toxins and CO2, ready to carry away anything no longer serving that cell. It loves to do its job. And the exhale is quite obvious when it's done. The dumping out, the final release, letting go. The threshold of the emptiness, feeling in the retainment of the breath. But know the inhale is there, ready to go, ready to receive all the plenty, the surplus of abundance around you in the air, given organically out here, this beautiful earth, world, reality, whatever you want to look at it as. We are a deep part of another, of an extension of external structures and working systems, pieces, parts. They're all out there, waiting to be incorporated and called into service for you. Just as they are listening because they are calling out in service they need. So hear it and allow yourself to offer out all those things which are being called divinely to move on, to pass on over that threshold into a different layer of consciousness, into a different spectrum of conscious awareness. That out-breath, the CO2 will ride out, right out of your lungs, up and out of your nose or your mouth, freely flowing, called divinely by the universe, by the ether and air. It will float and be called in by a plant nearby, on its in-breath, on its divine receivership. Those pieces belong to that cycle now, to be refreshed, used and recycled, to pass back out as beautiful oxygen, to refill, to be called back out into air, replenish the cycles. All cycles are everlasting, in freely offered, positively aligned service. We pay it forward just by being, just by living. So settle into that purpose in your systems. And anytime you feel worthless or lost, abandoned, useless, overworked or overwhelmed, forgotten, whatever the case may be. Remember the easy, simple work of the breath, of the everlasting, symbiotic partnership that you offer such beautiful service freely to others, to the plants and trees around you, to the world and Mother Earth, every moment, just by breathing. You're doing stewardship work, honoring the greatest whole, honoring God, honoring Mother Earth, honoring all of the cycles and yourself, even humanity in your community, just by the breath, replenishing the cycle, being a conscious, active partner in that relationship, infusing it with love and light, infusing it with friendship and appreciation, with gratitude, comfort, reliability, support, nourishment, abundance of everlasting resources. You could sit all day and just breathe and do amazing work for yourself, for your family, for your ancestors, those before and after, for your community, for the collective, for God, for the whole. You can serve the ascension of humanity. So remember this easy, simple practice. Just because it's simple doesn't mean it has less purpose or worth. In fact, we can find greater worth when we create complexity with simple templates. That is what we do when we live our lives, when we play out life, when we're actionary, when we do make impact in the external world. But that's one half of the cycle, one side of the coin. We must remember rest, reprieve, silence, and inner work as well. Finding the balance and integrating is how we alchemize our light body vessel, how we transmutate our energies, how we shine up and cleanse and clear the light prism body that we are, so that we take in everything more aligned to our truth, more clear, right? And that we can pass on and outwards more truly, more honestly, with less distortion, with less fogginess, out our true messages, our light and love. And so again, if you're struggling with that parallel, light and shadow, truth and lies, through speaking and sharing in the world, know that the breath and working with that cycle is a wonderful tool to build that muscle and to shine and clear your light body so that your light can shine brighter, more beautifully. When we do this work, align in this way, we are in touch with our higher self. We are in tune with our higher self. And we hear others more clearly as well. So just take a moment to align with the quiet and the silence, with your gentle tune. Lean into your faith and prepare to be a good audience, to listen with mind, body, and spirit, incorporating the full dimensionality of you to receive the messages from the cards here today in a deep, impactful way that is personal and meaningful to you, so you can integrate it deeply and let it, like a seed or a ripple in a pond, grow later, take its time to expand. Sit back and just watch for a while. So I thank you for your audience and your time, energy, love, and light. Take a moment to feel your body, wiggle your toes, feel your hands, get comfortable. Prepare to open your eyes. And I'm going to prepare to ring my bowl here. Celebratory ringing on a 3-day. Creative childlike essence. Ringing of the bells, right? And now we thank you, our beautiful saints and angels, for your eternal ever-presence, your audience and receivership, your listening, always open hearts. We ask if you could please provide us divine guidance, advice, or wisdom for this week to come here under our beautiful theme of the Knight of Pentacles. Anything that we could hearken to or anchor into, or perhaps use as a tool to work with over this beautiful week to come. Our first week here in the new quarter, in this new summer energies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now just shuffle here up a bit. It's a little humid and hot here. Sticky. And I think I'll knock and cut actually. It's been a while since we've seen this practice. Makes perfect. Interesting. I like this card, Guardian Angel card here. I feel like I wanted to just check my Saints and Angels records because I think nope, maybe not. Not this year. Must have been last year, and that's one, you know. Anyways, I'll read the card and then I'll make a comment about it afterwards. Practice, practice, practice. That's the message that your guardian angel has for you. The way for you to achieve what you're asking about is to practice your craft regularly. Your guardian angel will help you to carve out the time in your schedule to allow for regular work. This is a positive message for you to spend more time doing what you love. Practicing a new skill helps you become more proficient and confident, which positively affects other areas of your life too. This can also be a message for you to start up a private practice as a healer. Yet, in the same way, you must work at your healing skills to ensure that they are honed to the highest degree. Practice makes perfect is an old adage. But as you don't need to perfect your skills, you just need to practice them. And what I'll say is, wow, what a stringing back and an anchor and a blatant calling to the healing, right? This path of healing and the practice of healing is eternal. It is homeostasis. We go through constant balancing of internal chemistry within the body every moment of all day, every day. And if we could really learn from our body as a great we could be students of that great teacher, of that service, of all the time doing this. I think we could bring that into real life and remember with healing, with living a healthy life of wellness, it is a constant work. It is always happening and always changing. It's a seeking of balance. And I wanted to really add in the, sorry, there's a little bug flying around a little. I wanted to add in just the mention here of, I love this card, so I'll show it closer, just beautiful harp. Music in itself is such a wonderful practice. But I wanted to speak just on the fact that it's the Guardian Angel card, and we have seen through the month so far of June, saints. Saint Hildegard we had for healing. We've had Saint Pio, Padre Pio, for last week, right? And we also had Saint Agnes with Don't Compromise. So our beginning phase of June and our last two readings for June have been external focuses of these saints and having a representation outside of an anchor point for us to really guide us in this external focused time, with the Knight of Pentacles being the theme, of course. So interesting and beautiful to see how we've come the halfway mark. We've passed the solstice and the full moon as well, and the focus is turning internal now. It's coming inwards again, and we have the Guardian Angel card, which is really a message from the saints and from ancestors and all of those more third-party external versions and archetypes, telling us, you've got the skills right now. Call on your inner work right now. Bring out your angel. Your highest self can help guide you with the work right now. You have the answers. When we have the cards that come with a specific saint, I really see those as the cards and the saints telling us this week to come, you'll sort of need to anchor outside of yourself. You'll need to ask for assistance in kind of an external way. Or that it could be really beneficial if you chose to do that. Or when you choose to seek outwardly, you will get something coming from external and bring great enlightenment through that avenue of doing some sort of external seeking and learning about that specific saint or angel. Perhaps you talk to somebody about them and they like them too, and you get into a conversation, and that brings something, a different working to your week in life. When we see those specific saints and angels, I really feel like that happens a lot more. But here we have the Guardian Angel now, and we've also had the refocusing of internal. We know we need to hearken to the skills we've been given throughout the external focus beginning half, and now bring all those tools inwards. And how can we use them on our own? How can we tailor fit them to our angel self, to our inner workings and our highest ascension, and tailor fit those tools from them into our workings and our lives and our specifics for this moment and this week to come. And to see that with Practice Makes Perfect, and to have that calling back to healing again, right? We really, all of us should be looking for those ways to heal ourselves. Whatever avenue inside of ourselves, we have the tools, like Walter Russell prayer, I love so much in so many different ways. And one part of it says, I have age-long memory of the building of my body, and that you have the power of self-vitalization and revitalization. I have the power of self-vitalization of my body through age-long memory of the building of my body. The stem cells, the DNA, the literal cells of my body that grew it, that build it day in and day out, like I talked about earlier, that do the work every day. They know the instructions and commands from a different layer of consciousness that comes down much clearer and only oriented to the working of life, of physical biology. And I think, like I had mentioned before, we can use those kind of knowings and practices within ourselves to do better work and to find the answers for ourselves, and to find those healing paths within ourselves. The answers will come up. The problems that are happening will show themselves to you. And I really feel each one of us has a deep connection to those, whatever has caused the disease or disease within your life. It doesn't have to be a label. It doesn't have to be diagnosed. It doesn't have to be some kind of catastrophic thing you think you're facing, a crisis or health thing. It can simply be to seek your health and wellness every day, because it is a daily thing. It's homeostasis within the body. You can choose to invigorate your body all day, or you could choose to poison and hurt your body all day. And that in itself is great practice. Just like I talked about the breath work being a great practice. Simply choosing on how you bring in life into your body, or you bring in poison into your body, based on what you choose to consume, is a big thing. And that's an entire working, and that's a big working section of a pie that I'm working in my own way, in my own life. And that I feel called about, and I hear as a point I'm going to work on through the week here. Practice makes perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's not about getting the practice perfect and eating perfect every day, having a perfect meal plan, making, knowing what's exactly I shouldn't eat and what I should eat, It's about going through the motions and learning. And it's about, oh, well, now I know this is upsetting me, or now I know this isn't correctly aligned. And also my body changes every day, and so does your body. And so it should be a new journey, a new quest all the time to health and wellness. And like I've mentioned numerous times, and I'm going to actually wrap it up, this is going way too long, we are facing on a daily basis poisons that are infringed upon us from a negative-oriented collective out there who has taken it upon themselves to try to really corral and control the whole. And they do that through, unfortunately, poisoning the atmosphere through many different ways, through dissonance in energies, through frequencies that are disharmonious and that are negatively aligned, or that are a bit, more down on that negative side of the spectrum, slower, larger waves, than is good for the light body. There's a million different things on that as well. So working to find that medium point for ourselves and the balance, is the message again behind practice makes perfect. It's not about jumping to the end and just making it perfect. It's about the journey and learning. It's about loving the practice and getting there, finding it and making it your own. So have fun doing that this week, and definitely take your time, love yourself, harken back to the teach-learning cycle that I've talked about so many times, about being an eternal student and loving it, being gracious and humble in your journey, and even when you're teaching, even when we do know things to share, and you're being a mentor or transferring information that perhaps others don't know. You can also learn while you're doing that. You can be a humble teacher. You can remember there's plenty of things you don't know while you're transferring that information. And that opens the channels up a little bit more. Other people sense that you're not coming from a downward hierarchy, forcing information, thinking you're on a pillar or soapbox. You're allowing equal footing of sovereignty to students, to teachers, masters in different things, sharing information that they happen to know more or less about. Isn't that so much better? Isn't that so much more comfortable and understanding and real? Honestly, it's more real to our truths, because when we make a forced hierarchy and the teacher up there is on this ego trip, it's not real. It's false. It's a false impression that they're making and that they're holding, because there's a perception with the certain student, the certain grounds here. Because this teacher, if they go to a master's level class, or they go to get a new degree, or they go to find somebody who has doctorates and other things, immediately they're the stupid one. They're the one on the smaller pillar being talked down to, being made belittled and felt stupid and like they don't know. Why? Why do we even have a hierarchy in learning? It should be cyclic, just like the breath is cyclic, just like organic sharing in life is cyclic. So yeah, that's my rant to end the day for the messages and for the week. Thank you so much for joining me here this Friday morning. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day. Enjoy your time. Enjoy this new energies. Let the newness bring that childlike curiosity and an okayness to just being a humble student into your life and into your everyday experiences. I'm certainly doing it in my life, and I will probably be sharing more and more about the catalytic difficulties that kind of stuff brings up. Over on my Telegram channel more, I'll leave links and stuff to that, blogs, other podcasts and videos and such are always linked up over there. So if you're finding me on YouTube or BitChute and you're looking for more in the intermittent random postings I'm doing for videos, you can find some more content over on Telegram for my other platforms. Thanks so much for joining me here this Friday morning. I hope you have a beautiful weekend, whatever day or time it is in the world for you. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next Friday.